This is a diagram showing two opposing data sets. On one side, in gold, we see a massive global deficit in unfilled tech roles. On the other side, in blue, an isolated reservoir of 400 million African youth currently out of education or employment. That discrepancy represents an enormous pool of human capital. These are millions of capable individuals completely disconnected from a market desperate for their labor. Zooming in on Rwanda gives us a clearer picture of where the blockage occurs. Right now, 85% of Rwandan youth lack practical digital skills. The issue here is a structural failure of connection. The talent exists, but the logistical pathways to train and integrate that talent into the global economy do not. The response to this bottleneck is taking shape in Kigali. Backed by heavy government investment in physical and digital infrastructure, the city has rapidly grown into a major tech hub, often called the Silicon Valley of Africa. With a steady influx of startups and foreign capital entering the region, companies immediately hit a wall. They have the funding and the infrastructure, but they cannot find enough trained developers and designers to operate their businesses. Social and tech entrepreneur Pacifique Nezerwa looked at this gap and identified the flaw in traditional schooling. Building physical classrooms and enforcing rigid, multi-year degree programs simply lacks the speed to match the immediate needs of these tech companies. Instead of building another school, Nezerwa pivoted to a different model. He designed a scalable, continent-wide talent pipeline called NELEVAT. By approaching digital education as a supply chain problem, NELEVAT bypasses the slow pace of legacy institutions. It treats learning as a logistical process of acquiring raw potential, refining it into specific skills, and distributing that talent to employers. This supply chain operates as a two-part ecosystem. It starts with the manufacturing phase, a platform called NELEVAT Learn. This diagram illustrates on-demand facilitation. Instead of forcing the same lessons, the system runs an intelligent self-assessment, sorting users into customized learning pathways. Those pathways funnel learners into immediate industry needs: product design, software development, and cybersecurity. To ensure no one drops out of the pipeline due to technical barriers, the platform is built to strict accessibility standards. It includes built-in narrators and adaptive learning tools, so the curriculum remains viable regardless of a user's background or physical limitations. Through this first phase, NELEVAT takes users with highly varied, fragmented levels of experience and refines them to a standardized baseline of digital competence. But completing a course does not guarantee a job. Without a mechanism to objectively prove those new skills to a foreign employer, the education remains functionally useless on the global stage. This is where the second half of the ecosystem, EngageCamp, takes over. It acts as the quality assurance arm, using AI-powered credentialing to turn unstructured data about a student's performance into verified proof of ability. Instead of traditional written exams, EngageCamp relies on real-world testing mechanics. Learners must prove their competence through live hackathons and smart assessments that simulate actual workplace tasks. Once a student passes these trials, the validation process acts as a distribution bridge. The system takes these newly verified individuals and links them directly to active job placements within partner companies. Employers need certainty before they hire remotely. By providing objective, AI-driven credentialing, NELEVAT creates the exact currency needed to translate localized learning into global employment contracts. The mechanics of this pipeline are already generating measurable output. The platform has successfully trained over 1,000 talents to date and secured the recognized DBI EdTech Trust Seal. The system is actively dismantling gender barriers within the tech sector, and the charge is commanded by a fierce 52% female cohort taking the screen. They are bypassing the basics to command the most complex, high-stakes layers of the digital world. It is actively pulling in demographics that have historically been excluded, successfully democratizing access to the tech economy. This map illustrates Phase 2 of the company's roadmap. Starting in 2026, NELEVAT will take the blueprint it proved in Kigali and execute a massive Pan-African expansion. This outward push shifts the organization's identity. It moves from being a localized educational initiative to serving as the primary infrastructure connecting African talent to the global digital market. This aligns perfectly with the company's official mission: NELEVAT, elevating education, empowering futures. By approaching a local skills gap as a logistical hurdle, NELEVAT has built a functional, highly scalable talent engine. It is the exact mechanism required to integrate millions of capable people into the modern workforce.